Mr. Cliff.
Yeah, and I was saying earlier about both of these competitors using the corner to their advantage. The corner is not a place you want to be, Trent.
Bring him down. Riley going out to the second. Cliff coming back. Blocked. Going for a tornado DDT.
Blocked by Mr. Cliff. Into a cover. And Mr. Cliff's got the ropes. And that's a 3. The referee did not see that.
It's a 3 count. Mr. Cliff has defeated Riley here.
Mr. Cliff, though, using the ropes to get the cover. The referee did not see it.
The crowd adds Riley disappointed in that result.
I don't think we've seen the end of this, Trent.
No doubt. I expect these two will meet again in the future, especially with the way that ended.
Thunderstruck! Thunderstruck! Yeah, Thunderstruck! Ooh, Thunderstruck! Now we seen at the knees. Could I come again?
Welcome once again to ACW Thunderstruck. At the start of the show there, Trent, we saw Mr. Cliff take a very questionable win over Riley, and tonight we will see the rematch.
That's right, those two head-to-head once again, and in our main event, we will see the ACW Evolve Championship on the line in the Battle of the Jameses. Defending champion James Kray taking on James Sly Silver.
Make sure you like and subscribe so that you do not miss any future content from ACW.
Now let's get into the show.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Rematch between the Killer Queen, Riley, and the Deputy Principal, Mr. Cliff.
That's Connor. That's Riley's son out there in the crowd.
You're right. He's out there. He's going to watch this match. He's going to... I'm not sure. He's keen to watch his mother wrestle, but we've seen Mr. Cliff take a bit of an interest in Connor being his teacher and whatnot. So... who knows? Connor, for now, is going to be an observer of this bout.
Well, that's seemingly how all of this started. Mr. Cliff seems to have taken an interest, for whatever reason, in Riley's son Connor, and
I think it's purely to get under the skin of Riley, I imagine. I think as soon as he found out, oh, okay, I'm teaching her child, I reckon I can use this to get under her skin, to get in her head. Because Mr. Cliff just doesn't like Riley. Like, we've seen them interact, we've seen the way they talk. He says he has an interest in his education, but I'm a bit skeptical of that, I'll be honest.
well, you said Mr. Cliff doesn't like Riley. I'd say that Riley doesn't like Mr. Cliff either.
I go so far as to say, I know hate is a strong word, but I think hate is an apt word for this situation.
They certainly don't seem to get along. Mr. Cliff with some sort of sign there. I didn't quite catch what it says, but...
something about Queen, I believe I didn't actually catch it myself there as well, but for now we start up with a lock-up between Mr. Cliff and Riley. I can imagine the parent-teacher meetings being extremely awkward, knowing these two have had to fight on numerous occasions and want to fight.
Well, I don't know how, if you're Riley, how do you go to a parent-teacher interview with Mr. Cliff, though?
I'm not so sure, honestly. Mr. Cliff, I can't back up his teaching methods. I don't know how he is as a teacher. I know as a wrestler, he has his ring smarts. He does have the ring smarts, and it's gotten him so far as to become the ACW Heavyweight Champion, as we have seen on Thunderstruck. He is a former ACW Heavyweight Champion for a reason. He's got the smarts about him, but that wasn't so smart. Missing that elbow drop. Riley ducked it there, taking him down, pounding away. A few clubbing blows there to Mr. Cliff. showing him what she thinks. Going for a roll up here. Just a 2 for now. Riley trying to get an early pinfall. Instead, a big boot by Mr. Cliff there, taking Riley down.
Yeah, and the other thing, Trent, is we've talked here about how this affects Riley, how this affects Mr. Cliff, but how does this affect Connor? Connor's probably, he's caught in the middle of this. It's probably affecting Connor more than it's affecting anyone else, you would have to think.
I can imagine so. Like, having to witness your mother and your teacher, people you see on a regular basis every day, having to fight like this, it would affect you, definitely. I feel for the kid, honestly. Fairly evenly matched so far. Riley currently with the upper hand. Mr. Cliff ducking a clothesline, going to the outside. Riley's strategically getting out of harm's way.
Well, that goes back to what we were talking about before. Mr. Cliff's smart. Mr. Cliff sensed that Riley was starting to get the upper hand and slid out of the ring, and now he's having words with Connor. I don't know what that's about. Connor seemingly ignoring him, but that's again smart. That's getting under Riley's skin.
And that right there, Riley going to the outside to meet Mr. Cliff, him escaping to the inside. That obviously getting under the skin of Riley as well. I just noticed as well, Connor was holding a ruler.
Oh, I didn't say that, but
Connor, obviously, I believe Mr. Cliff obviously gifted him that ruler, but it's interesting that he's brought that. Whoa, just there. That was I don't know how the referee missed it with his back turn. Poke to the eyes from Mr. Cliff there. Ring awareness, but the underhanded tactics of Mr. Cliff there.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to say, Trent. So Mr. Cliff slid out of the ring, had Riley follow him out, and then he got back in the ring. And I can tell you, that gives you an advantage. If you're in the ring, your opponent's coming back into the ring, if you can distract the referee or garner the referee's attention for a moment, that gives you an advantage over your opponent.
We saw Mr. Cliff use that there. He utilised that, and now he has the upper hand in this matchup. Although that was a 2 count, Mr. Cliff has the upper hand at the current moment. But I'm very curious about the fact that Connor's also brought a ruler, and the fact that he's haven't seen him really cheer or boo either competitor in this matchup thus far. I'm curious to see. Now, come on, look at this here. Feet on the hair, pulling Riley up. That would cause immense pain. Your hair ripped out.
I don't know. I would have to think that Connor's here to support his mother. And this would have to be devastating for the young lad.
I would like to believe so as well. I think that would be the most understandable thing there. Into the corner there for Riley. Mr. Cliff allowing the crowd to get in his way. Bit of a...
That's not smart, is it?
Definitely not. He's allowing the crowd. Code ping there. Just for a 2 count.
The referee right in there to count that.
And trying to get the
2 count.
Trying to get the choke in there, but Riley, Mr. Cliff, getting to the bottom rope, not allowing it to happen. The trademark finisher of the Queen. Cliff avoiding a bulldog there, is able to stay in the corner. I think he might have damaged his nose, perhaps. Mr. Cliff coming in with a running boot. Or running Converse, I want to say. I'm trying to ascertain what he's wearing, man. That doesn't really seem like proper school attire. And a splash. Just for a 2 count.
They look like wrestling boots, Trent.
They do indeed. I'm looking at the rest of his attire. School related. And then you see obviously.
The wrestling boots.
The wrestling boots. You're correct.
Mr. Cliff now with a submission move of his own, putting the sleeper hold on Riley. And again, the smarts of Mr. Cliff. He's got the submission hold on, but he's also bearing his weight down on Riley and forcing her to fight back up. Forcing the energy out of her, forcing her to use a lot of energy to try to break this hold and fight her way back up. And Riley's managing to do that, but geez, this has got to be taking quite a lot out of her.
She's able to drag him to the corner though, push him into the corner. Elbow to the jaw.
Yeah, Riley showing great ring awareness there because she knew where the corner was and managed to get Mr. Cliff into the corner, and now using that to her advantage. Riley now with a pin, hooks the leg, referee right in there, but a 2 count only. Riley definitely looking frustrated here. Starting to look fatigued, and Riley knows that she needs to pick up a victory soon, or get the win over Mr. Cliff soon, I should say, because she is starting to get worn down quickly.
So send Cliff to the corner again, but he reverses, sending Riley into the corner. Cliff himself is fatigued. Is yelling his thoughts of Riley directly at her. She wasn't able to get out of the way that time. Take it to the top right. I'm curious what Mr. Cliff's got in mind here.
The referee is saying, bring it out of the corner. Riley now with a tornado DDT.
Tornado DDT in the middle of the
Needs
ring.
to get a cover here. Riley needs to get the cover on Mr. Cliff here, but it looks like he's taken everything out of her.
It has. The ref has begun to count up to a 3. Both competitors on their backs currently. After a 5 count, both of them staring at the same time. A few forearm strikes exchanged.
Trading forearms in the middle of the ring. Both of them back up to their feet now and still trading blows. And now Cliff, 3 forearms unanswered and a big clothesline, and goes for the pin. That could be it. Only the 2 count.
Referee Riley there to catch it. Riley not staying down.
Riley just barely managed to find the energy to kick out of that pinfall. Mr. Cliff with a boot, but Riley's fighting back out, determined to fight back out.
2 clotheslines there. Riley trying to get the crowd up on their feet. Spinning neck breaker.
Can Riley capitalise on this now? Mr. Cliff seemingly back to his feet first.
Kick to the midsection. Face buster. Riley, Mr. Cliff rolling out of the ring though.
Smarts from Mr. Cliff though.
That was
rolling out of the ring.
Collapsed on the outside there.
Still had the wherewithal though, Trent, to roll out of the ring. He cannot lose the match via pinfall or submission on the outside of the ring. Sure, he can get counted out, but I don't think Mr. Cliff cares about that.
Well, he's going to Connor. He's going to try and grab the ruler.
Connor has got a ruler. You're 100% right. Riley now driving Mr. Cliff headfirst into the corner post and takes the ruler from Connor.
He handed it over.
Asking the crowd. If she hits him with the ruler, she'll lose this match via disqualification, Trent, but I'm not sure she cares.
Is it worth it?
She's looking for revenge. Both of them now have a weapon. I don't think Riley hasn't seen the whiteboard that Mr. Cliff's holding. Mr. Cliff with the whiteboard now.
She ducks.
Misses.
Carry over and got the bulldog choke in now.
And this could be it, Trent. She's got that loaded, is it? Mr. Cliff tapped. Riley picks up the win.
No ruler necessary. Riley picking up the victory.
Nick Savage, that was a loud and clear message that you sent to Redshaw in the middle of that ring after he's decided to not show up here tonight. Mate, are you truly considering stripping him of the championship should he decide to pull that stunt again?
Yeah, I certainly am, Trent. Redshaw, you may be the ACW heavyweight champion, but I'm the ACW general manager. I say what happens around here. You don't get to decide if you're going to come to a show or not. So like I said in that ring tonight, at our next show, you have two choices. You can either show up and I will have a match for you, or alternatively, if you choose not to show up, I will strip you of the ACW heavyweight champion.
Sounds like you're threatening him to show up or show him out.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing, Trent.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Nick Savage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the ACW Evolve Championship. Introducing first the challenger. He stands in at 5'11", weighing in at 196 pounds. He is the World Show, James Sly Silver. And his opponent, heading from Belham Green, London, standing at 6 foot, weighing in at 95 kilos. He is the Lion of the East End, the ACW Evolve Champion, James Kray.
James Kray showing off his ACW Evolve Championship to Sly Silver there. This is going to be a very interesting match. The clash of the Jameses. Sly Silver giving the title a little bit of a peck there. He wants to capture the ACW Evolve Championship, accepting the open challenge, and he wants to take some gold home with him and continue the Silver Circus Tour the champion.
I'm sure he does, but that's going to be no easy task against James Kray, Trent. James Kray got a new attitude since he won the ACW Evolve Championship. He's definitely a different competitor.
Different cat, or should I say, a different lion now. 3 reigns, 3 retentions, I should say, with the ACW Evolve Championship. He wants to make Sly Silver the 4th victim. He wants to leave his carcass in the jungle. He wants to end the circus. I'm curious which James will come out on top here tonight.
Well, only time will tell. And James Sly Silver, he's no stranger here at ACW. We've seen James Sly Silver here many, many times before. But this is his debut on ACW Thunderstruck. And what a huge match to have as a debut match here.
That's right. I've had the opportunity to speak with Sly Silver a few times during his previous occasions here in ACW, and he's got a little bit of an ego about him. I'm more than happy to admit that. But in comparison to James Kray, you could almost call him humble, especially with the way he's been lately. And that is something that Kray perhaps needs a little bit of humbling. He needs to be shown that he is not this almighty, powerful king of the jungle he claims to be.
Well, so far he has been, I would say, and perhaps he does need humbling, but I guess we'll find out here whether James Sly Silver can get that done.
Both veterans of the ring there, and as you just saw by Sly Silver, reaching across with his legs and able to get to the bottom rope out of any potential submission hold. And James Kray, though, not a fan of the long hair and the bandana. Might remind him of another former champion he's already defeated in the past. But for now, these two seem pretty evenly matched, and I think Kray, in fact, is almost going for a test of strength, but now he's going to the audience. He's asking for their opinion. See the people in the front row telling him what they think. James Kray, usually a bit more of a man with respect, but
3 wins with the Evolve Championship has kind of bolstered him up, and he's convinced himself he's the top guy. He's the man to beat. And perhaps he is. Perhaps taking the Evolve Championship away from him will humble the man. But interestingly enough, he's being casual right now. He's had a sip of water. He's allowing the energy. He's allowing the time to feed off the energy. And Sly Silver, he was going for the test of strength, but instead he was going perhaps for the waist there, trying to get an upper hand on Kray. But Kray read it. Kray's now getting him in a headlock, keeping Sly Silver down.
You use the word respect from James Kray. You're talking about the old James Kray there, Trent. I don't think the new James Kray has a lot of respect.
That's right. He's got the wherewithal. He wants to accept and take down everyone he can. That's why he's got this open challenge in place. But the more he wins, the more his ego seems to be bolstered.
Yeah, he wants to prove himself here at ACW. He wants to prove himself as a formidable ACW Evolve champion. And James Sly Silver, no stranger to holding a championship belt himself. He's a multi-time champion over in his home state of Victoria. I'm sure he'd love to take that, as you said, Trent, that Evolve championship home as well.
Sure, would look good on the mantelpiece, but I'd hope we'd want to see it more. Like, we would continue to see it, even if he took it back with him.
We'd certainly have to come back and defend it.
Might have to book him. Sly Silver able to get out of Kray's predicament there. Big reversal. And Sly Silver, big wherewithal in the ring here, sending Kray to the corner. Telling the referee to get out of the way. Kray put his hands on the ref there. You might want to watch yourself there.
You got to be careful. You don't want to be touching the referee like that. The referee's going to obviously let it slide, but that's not right.
Sly Silver currently with the upper hand, going for third corner. Can we make it?
James Sly Silver with a big handful of hair there, and seemingly the referee didn't see it. What's the referee worried about?
I'm not sure, but can we make it 4 for 4? No, Kray stops it there. Sly Silver taking him to the corner, into the midsection. Looks like we're going for a few clubs to the face here.
The referee telling him to bring it out of the corner and get it off the top rope.
Kray able to push him down though. Kick to the knee, taking down James Kray. What Sly Silver got in mind there, a little bit of gyration.
Bit of I would say showboating, and that's cost him. It's not the sort of thing you want to be doing with a man that's as experienced as James Kray. It's showboating to the crowd.
And as vicious as James Kray. Speaking of sweeping the leg, taking him to the outside and into the barricade.
And this is smart from James Kray, because everything out there hurts. Everything on the outside of the ring hurts. You get thrown into the barricade, you get thrown onto the mats, into the wall. That's going to take its toll. And James Kray now slamming James Sly Silver onto the ring apron, and that is the hardest part of this ring.
As we all know, the hardest part of the ring. Kray there, he's letting the crowd get a bit of a few gestures for our Evolve champion, and
we've seen this before.
We have indeed. Or maybe not. No, there it is. Twisting the neck. Sly Silver has barely moved since he'd done that, and Kray's look at what he's doing. He's mocking. He loves to just showboat, mock. He has lost all respect for his opponents, and this is just incredibly disheartening to see. He's got to go for it again.
Seems to be a trait with both of these guys, the showboating. But like I said, James Kray took Sly Silver to the outside, threw him into the guardrail, used that solid steel ring apron, and that has taken a lot out of James Sly Silver.
And a sip of water, and look at that. A casual cover with the bottle of water in hand, spitting the water on the back of James Sly Silver's head. Why would you do that? What is the point?
Obviously going to let that slide to some extent, but goodness me.
This is ridiculous from James Kray. Massive chop to the chest there. And a couple kicks to the head for good measure. Why not?
Why not, James Kray? James Sly Silver there, able to catch him with a flying elbow there.
Yeah, I think James Sly Silver just got enough of an elbow there to stun Kray briefly, and now going for a suplex.
You don't need a full elbow to really knock some sense out of you if you get hit in the jaw like that. Great ring awareness from there, ducking under the top rope, so James Sly Silver bounced off the top rope there. Great ring awareness from Kray. Sending him down to the mat, middle of the ring. See, he didn't hook the leg, but he held the arm down, making it a little bit more difficult. Still, would have been a more effective pinfall if he hooked the leg, but still holding the arm down. At least some attempt, so not to mock his opponent, instead he was actually trying to win.
Still a little bit of an arrogant pinfall. I would say with a man like James Sly Silver, you want to hook the leg, and like I keep saying, you want to put the pressure on them, put your weight on them, try and keep them down, and at least wear them down somewhat.
And here's a few massive boots to the chest here, taking the wind out of Sly Silver.
Big boots to the upper chest and the neck area and shoulder there.
And again, the disrespect, just mocking Sly Silver. He's saying you really wanted this, didn't you?
I think James Kray was saying to the referee, I think he's had enough, and the referee's right in there checking, and James Sly Silver continues to fight back out, but you've got to wonder whether this is instinct at this stage.
I think it might be, but for now, Sly Silver off the ropes. He actually is able to jump over it this time. Ducks under a clothesline, and a massive clothesline of his own. James Sly Silver building momentum once again. Back body
drop from James Sly Silver. James Kray still somehow gets back to his feet very quickly. James Kray in the corner now and gets out of the way. Big boot from James Sly Silver.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Goodness me.
That'll make him man dizzy.
Big high risk move coming.
Takes down Kray, covers him.
Hooks the leg. Only the 2 count there, Trent.
Wasn't able to get his full body weight on top of Kray.
That looked very close from here though.
Pounding the mat, getting the audience behind him. This is a new situation for Sly Silver. Usually not a fan favorite, but the people are behind him tonight.
He's definitely turning that around here.
Bit more showboating.
I don't know what you call that.
You call that offense. Picking Kray back up. Going for a suplex perhaps. Kray backhand.
Big back forearm. Huge. Big driver there from James Kray. Goes for the pin. Oh, that was very, very close.
That was very close.
2 and 9/10, I would say.
Great job from Sly Silver kicking out. Still in this matchup. And Kray is saying he's going to end it here. He's going to finish Sly Silver. He's done with him. Can Sly Silver escape what's coming?
James Kray seems very confident this is the end here. Waiting for Sly Silver to get back to his feet. But
he ducks it.
Looks like Silver had him scouted out there.
And a
goes for the pin. Oh, jeez. Oh, we almost had a new Evolved champion there.
James Kray locking in a sleeper hold.
He's definitely got that locked in. The referee right in there asking him.
Sly Silver reaching for the ropes. He's a bit in the middle of the ring, though. It's a bit difficult.
A long way to get to those ropes from here. And even if he can, the amount of energy that's going to take out of him.
Oh, but Sly Silver falling back.
In.
It's just a 2 count. Kray had to let it go. Ducks another clothesline. Punishing the arm of James Kray.
And now James Sly Silver with a submission hold of his own.
Crossface locked in. Will Kray submit? Will we have a new Evolved champion?
James Kray also a long way from the ropes, but using his ring awareness to try and slide across. trying to maybe just get a foot under the ropes or something. That's enough to force the referee to break the count.
Nearly there. Wait, he rolls back instead. No, Silver rolls him back to center him in the ring. He applies the hold once again.
I think this could be it, Trent. We could have a new Evolved champion here. James Cray's reign might be well and truly over.
Kray's trying to get the arm away from the face. He's trying to get rid of it. I think what was that? I think he might have bit the arm or something. What happened there?
I don't know what happened. You would think the referee was right in there. You would think the referee would see that.
But Kray just took him down. And there it is. And the cover.
This could be it. Goodness me, James Kray turned that around in quick fashion and got a pin on James Sly Silver, and James Kray still somehow the ECW Evolved champion.
ACW Evolved champion, that is the fourth retention.
You've defeated the ACW Heavyweight Champion. You defeated numerous ACW originals, and now, mate, what's next for yourself and the Prehistoric Death Cult?
Well, first, thank you so much for the congratulations.
All good,
and thank all of you. Now, I'll tell you what is next for the Prehistoric Death Cult. Ask me real quick. What's next? Ask me again.
What's next for the Prehistoric Death Cult?
The Firm! We remember what you've done to us, the times you've taken our wins away, our tag team championships away. But something a little different this time, a little bit of a twist. We, the Prehistoric Death Cult, the Sadistic Spirit Jahari, the Jurassic Punk Sid Parker, and the Dreamtime Voodoo Witch Erica Reed, want all 3 members. We will find you in that ring. We will rip you apart. We will eat your flesh. And we will leave victorious.
Thank you very much. Message sent to the Firm by Jahari and the Prehistoric Death Cult.
Congratulations to James Kray there, retaining the ACW Evolved Championship yet again. His reign is apparently never ending.
That certainly seems to be the case, Trent. But the question on everyone's lips is, will Redshaw turn up and face his opponent on the next episode of Thunderstruck, or will he be stripped of the ACW Heavyweight Championship? And on top of that, in the next episode, we will see the team of the Prehistoric Death Cult take on the Firm in a 6-person tag team matchup.
That's going to be incredible. Can't wait to see that. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss it either. Thank you very much for joining us for ACW Thunderstruck. We'll see you next time.